And by the looks of it, I am live. Let me make sure I got everything set up, ready to go for me. This way I can, because I've been basically getting prepped to go live, listening to news, getting the what will be at least some of the stories for the day uh, situated, if you will. I haven't even freaking. There's a lot of things I've yet to do. I came home from work and let's just say it's been nonstop go, go, go since I pretty much got home. It's like, eh, okay. Something fell. I don't know why. Oh, probably the. Oh, I see what it was. It was probably those tags for work. Let me get those cleaned up. I still need to see if the. Looks like the stream's working. I just not entirely sure. Like I said, it's been a wild day. Neighbor needed a ride. Freaking. My mom wanted to get some of these, oh, what are they called? Uh, red bud. Yeah, red buds from the trees that I have at my house because she found it in one of the at the local farmers market last year, the year before, some red bud jelly, and so she's like, "Oh, I guess you need to get some red buds and this, that, and the other." Also, the process is still doing canning, things like that. Like, there it is. Alright, so it seems everything should be going. I hope so. I hope. Is my mic going? I know the other day I had the issue of almost the entire stream my mic wasn't working on OBS. All it was a simple fix, but it's just the fact that if I don't keep an eye on it, I will be going my whole stream and not even realize, oh snap, I have no, like, my mic isn't being picked up. So, you can imagine how that goes. But, upside, I mean, I'm off the next 2 days. You know, on the one hand, it kind of sucks. And I normally work Sundays, so I'm missing a day this upcoming week. But on the other hand, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna try to get some more stuff done around this house. Like, I got talking to my mom. I'm like, Mom, let's just be honest. The reason why I'm such a severe, like, have severe ADHD and autism and whatnot, because you and Dad are severe freaking ADHD autists and just didn't know it. Like, what, buddy? Yeah, I hear you. There we go. we're talking. I even had the opportunity. Yeah, to get my 420 on. That should tell you everything you need to know. Alright, let me first. I'm gonna. Because I want to be able to hear this lady, but I don't want it to be doubling up on the stream. Wrong Bluetooth. I have a specific Bluetooth that I use with the streaming laptop. Mainly because my other Bluetooth still works fine. And these are also kind of really uncomfortable. Oh, sweet. I think. Hopefully it's not connected to my... Okay, good, good. Alright. So. Okay, whatever. Brain, what are you doing again? So, let's see. Boom. Boom. Oh. Alright, so we're going to start out today talking about the... I think it was Jackson Hewitt or Hewitt Jackson. Well, I'm bad about remembering. Yeah, Jackson Hewitt. So, we're going to start out. Let me get this set up over here. Let me lower my messages. Alright, make sure that... Alright, cool. Frontline. Alright.
We do this stuff.
So, I know y'all heard part of that, but not quite all of it. Don't worry, I got you covered. At least I thought I did. There we go. That was weird. Okay. So, we're going to start out by checking out this video. Well, start getting the next match. Get the first match loaded in.
Like this, like at all the shelters and stuff.
But like our company, this is why we try to help people by, providing them with refunds,
This is Savannah Hernandez in front of the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. Now, we wanted to come check in on the migrant crisis, and as we were walking around, we saw a Jackson Hewitt table out here with an employee who was handing out this flyer. Now, what this flyer says is working or not, file your taxes, and we can get the maximum refund for your family.
Now, I gotta ask one question right off the bat about this, alright? Where's the money coming? Like, how are they owed taxes? Alright, first off. If they're here illegally, if they're staying in all these various, like hotels and shelters and whatnot on the government dime, they obviously don't have any, feasible source of income. They don't have any way of getting, paying in taxes other than possibly sales tax to be getting back anything in, from a tax return. So that right off the bat's got me looking at this slant eye.
And the paper says that if you have one child, you can get over $7,000 in a refund. And if you have up to 3 children, you can get over $14,000. So the Jackson Hewitt employee who initially handed me this paper.
Now, my question is, though, I don't have kids, I'm unmarried, so I don't know how much you get in taxes per child, but if, just having one kid gets you $7,000, you're just further, and I'm going to be real about this, you are further incentivizing individuals to come up here. Oh man. But to come stateside illegally, and have it, or I should say, either come. When you have with the spouse pregnant, or you get the idea. The big issue I'm having is that's a lot of money for guards with that. That I highly doubt citizens have access to.
After finding out I was a journalist, took the paper away. That's why this one's so dirty, because a migrant ended up giving me another copy, and he stated that if he's put on camera and this goes out, that legal will have to get involved.
This stuff like this, like at all the shelters and stuff.
But like our company, this is why we try to help people by, providing them with refunds,
So you guys are trying to help the migrants with their taxes then, to help them get refunds, help them get some money back from the government.
Yes.
Okay, like, I get you're trying to help them and whatnot, but once again, it goes back to that first point I made. If they're here illegally, unable to work, how are they going to be? How are they paying into the system to be eligible for a tax return? Like, that to me is like one of the biggest hang-ups I have on this situation. Is the fact that it is a... Oh, I can't believe that douche literally did that, but it's a situation that could easily have been avoided. Like, I don't see, like, literally, if these folks are getting, you know, a tax return, even though Trump's trying to deport them, that tells us that these groups are, you know, they're, who's, and I want to phrase this right, my big question is, who gave them the idea to do this in the first place, and why would they be eligible for the, you know, tax refund? Like, that is my biggest thing. Why? How are they going to, like, they are not in our system at all. How are they eligible? Like, I got so many questions.
Okay, well, thank you. No problem. Yeah, we're just gonna
So,
go check something.
can't put my footage.
Can we take one of your papers though, just so we can kind of? Thank you.
Actually, you should just take this one, because this one has my office information, and
Okay.
so therefore, legal would have to get involved.
Okay, so just wanted to give you guys an idea of, again, what migrants have been told in New York City. Now that tax season is coming up, they are being given
And notice,
official flyers from Jackson Hewitt themselves on how.
notice what he said. If, like, in order, like, basically that legal would need to get involved. If you have to get your legal department involved on getting people tax returns on, and on whether or not, you know, you can be seen on camera handing out those flyers, let's be honest, that right there should tell you right off the bat it's probably a scam. That basically the well, let's be honest, that individuals are taking advantage of, pure and simple. Like, they're taking, one, I think it's partly they're taking it, the company is taking advantage of the migrants, as they say, even though they're, let's be honest, let's call them what they are. Illegal aliens, alright? They are not migrants, they're here illegally. You could argue, well, yeah, because they're economic migrants. Doesn't change the fact that they broke in illegally. We said, especially, you know, when you hear people in the country going, please, don't come. We can't keep doing this. And then you hear other people going, but, you know, basically a multiculturalism, who will do this, who will do that, who will clean the bathroom, who will mow the lawn, who will pick the field, and it's like, one, as I've heard a lot of people put it, and I agree with this assessment, it is basically saying, who will be our serf class, who will be the people that we can constantly fleece, pay practically nothing, and I guess you could say, if they, like, I've heard stories of, take for instance, like, ConAgra, if I remember the name of the company, or whatever, basically various meatpacking plants and companies that hire illegals will literally have an arrangement where these guys come over, they'll work for X amount of time for X amount of dollars, and once they fulfill their time, they collect and then head out. Well, right when it's getting time for all these people to collect, the company will contact INS, or, you know what I mean? IMS or INS, whatever. You get the idea.
How to 5.
And so it could be something like that, where this company is taking advantage of the migrants' lack of knowledge, knowing that they will end up being arrested and sent to jail. But they will still have already reaped on many levels fees from doing those taxes.
Their taxes. We have the Trump administration that is currently in office, and they have been promising mass deportations. But in sanctuary cities like New York, where you've had over 200,000 illegal immigrants make their way to this area, the crisis is very much alive and well. Now, this shelter behind me is actually set to close in June, but you have another shelter that was just opened up in the Bronx with 2,200 beds specifically for single migrant men. So the crisis is very much alive here in New York City that has already spent $7 billion on migrants over the last couple of years. I wanted to give you guys an update as of March 2025, where we're currently at with it.
All right. Now that we've got that done, let me do this real quick before I... Boom. That. All right. And then go ahead and close that one, so I can bring up the next story when I get there. And she mentions though how I'll also bring up chat real quick. She mentions how the migrant center that she's standing in front of is set to close in June. But my question, don't worry, fear not. They already got another migrant center set up and ready to go. It's already open for single men. How about instead we just send them home? Send them back where they should be. I'm sorry, but this... The best way I can put it, we are in a situation where we do not have the ability to just take in everyone. Alright? And like I stated yesterday, I'm all for, the... as bad as it sounds, Catholic Mexicans coming to America legally. All for it. Let's flood let's flood the United States with Catholics. Come on, where are my Mexicans at? I'm just saying. We got this. We'll make America a Catholic nation again. Well, not again, but finally. But, the point I'm making with that is, though, does not mean that you guys can stay legally. Does not mean that you guys can just file taxes when you haven't even paid into the system yet. Doesn't mean a lot of things. But the problem is, once again, like she stated, it's the NYC. It's a sanctuary city. So, of course, they're not, phrase this right, they're not going to play ball on any level. And let's be honest, one of the reasons, and I've heard a lot of commentators touch on this, and I agree with it 100%. One of the biggest reasons why these sanctuary cities exist in all these states that are turned blue by them is because, think about it, it affects the electoral college. They get more people to vote, or not so much vote, but more representatives in the, I think it's Congress. And basically and I want to phrase this right, they get to be able to use those people to press the scales on national matters. So let's say they want to do a constitutional amendment, alright? Where they need oh, we were close. We were dang close. We came back. But if we want to do a constitutional amendment, for instance, to repeal the Second Amendment, okay? Well, if you have states that through illegal immigration you have weighted in your favor 3175, 13 killed, 8 captured, 12 defends, and 28 deaths. But when you have that situation where you are having uh more representation because of the, let's be honest, the fact that you are uh bringing in people to boost your electoral uh people, basically. The more people that you have in Congress representing the state and everything, when you have a situation like that, what you've basically said to the American people is, yeah, I don't care about whether or not you are playing fair, because I'm going to cheat regardless. I'm going to, no matter what, do what I have to do to make sure that me and my side win. Yeah, me and my side completely disagrees with the majority of the people in this country, but we're not going to tell them that we disagree. We're going to keep them blissfully ignorant through the use of the mainstream media apparatus that's pretty much just a propaganda wing for, the establishment. And then you're going to turn around and have a bunch of people being okay with being like, a lot of these individuals who are like, but it's what are they gonna do? La da da. They're coming from broken countries. La da da da. I'm all for brain drain. Don't get me wrong. All for brain drain. Okay. But who's to say the people that come over are those that are going to be good for that brain drain? Because most of the time they're not. Like I said yesterday, the big, I guess you could say, stereotype of Mexicans for the longest time, okay, was that they're hardworking people that may come over illegally, but they keep their head down, they're highly religious, they work hard, and they handle their business. Then Biden said, flood the border. Hey there, Jack. I need you to, flood the border, man. 'Cause, Democrats need you. Not for your votes, man, but for the seats in Congress. And you see how the grift goes. And like I said, the things like that's the FBI, CIA, and so on, so forth. Trump tweeting exclusive tweet out of Washington, D.C., which we know is a very Democrat district. Well, yeah, sorry. You're kind of in a situation where people are going to have differing opinions. Because the people in the capital city, the poll uses that, and I really do agree that it's a good analogy. We are seeing Proto Hunger Games as capital city, and the rest of us are the districts, and so on and so forth. It's a very good analogy. It's very apt. I give them credit for it. And because of that, they don't care what the people outside in the country think, want, or need. They only care what they want, think, and need. And that's a serious issue, because once again, it is when these things don't align, you end up with Jackson Hewitt doing we're going to get you a tax refund to a bunch of people who shouldn't be here anyway. But whatever. I digress. If you're wondering, I'm trying to get my smoke on real quick while I do the news. This way I can actually, get into the game, talk, Like I said, I was not ready to go live, but the show must go on. I'm doing the whole, was it Bill O'Reilly? Fuck it, we're doing it live. Like I said, I got a few stories lined up. We will figure it out. Frickin'. This one's weird. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about it or not. I don't know the full context. Like, but from what I'm gathering, RFK and his wife lets him kind of just do his thing. And I'm like, well, I mean, come on. Does anyone remember JFK and how many trysts he had outside of his marriage? Like, there's people who are half wondering if Jacqueline had something to do with it too. Just because she's sick and tired of constantly being cheated on. Can you really blame her? Granted, finding out that Johnson was the one that was the mastermind of it is not really a surprise. It really isn't. If you look at the Lyndon B. Johnson and who he was as a person, and then you find out, oh yeah, he was about to be in prison in 6 months, like, if he had not become president. Oh, really? And then find out that, yeah, the CIA was involved, Israel was involved, a few other groups were involved. It's like, well, so what you're saying is, we had a literal coup happen, and no one really talked about it. That's why I'm like, this whole bit with RFK Jr., I'm like, the only thing I really care about is I agree with him on let's make America healthy again. Ain't that right, buddy? Yeah. Ain't that right? Okay. There you go, bud. Yes. But, yeah, dude. And then the other story. More. Close troll. Sorry, but nonetheless. Are you done? Thank you. But then the last story is more cultural. Frickin'. It's. Well, of the initial stories, like. Which we might even just go straight to. Because y'all gotta see this. Oh, wait. I don't know how Twitch would feel about the subject matter. So I might not. Like, show you the video. But, that's just because, like I said, since I'm doing this on Twitch, I'm really thinking about just saying, screw Twitch, screw YouTube, and start just doing, like, Instagram and Rumble. Like, but the thing is, if I do, Rumble, like, I don't know, let me see. You're the one who ran away, bud. Don't look at me. I tossed you up here, and then you were like, no. Like, we'll do a little looking on that real quick. Yes, buddy. I see you. Yeah. Alright. Okay. So. Apparently not. You might not have to pay to go live on Rumble. Which, if that becomes the case, I'm going to probably, like, switch things up. Just because, you know. On the one hand, yeah, YouTube may be the biggest thing, but let's be honest, YouTube, and really, it's hard to get ahead on YouTube and Twitch for a lot of people. So, alright. To go back to the story, though. So, a professor was giving a lecture on a panel, at a university. I think it was like Portland State U. Let me double check. Like, boom. Yeah, and talking about evolution and basically differences between male and female. Well, in this, and I'm keeping like just sticking to that, you know which subject we're talking about. She's explaining how there are just certain realities that we must accept. You get like 4 or 5 students who get up and walk out. Like, and you can imagine how they look. Like, it wasn't no, like, well-dressed, well-adjusted looking individual. Oh, no. It was. We're talking blue hair, like, get in touch with a treadmill. I mean, I really could get in touch with the treadmill, but my cardio game is truck. Though I did get a jump rope. And I'm hoping that'll help. But I don't want to set off the alarm in the house trying to jump rope because I am like a freaking, I guess you could say, I am like Frankenstein. I can be very sneaky, but I'm very heavy-footed 90% of the time. But, yeah, dude, she's just explaining natural biology, evolution, both, you know, culturally and biologically, and literally just a group of students get up and she's like, you can sit there and leave and protest as much as you want, but it doesn't change the fact. And I'm like, and that's the fact, you know, the fact that these conversations can't be had at universities. I think that was the quote of hers that they left on. Was the fact that these conversations can't be had at a university means that they can't be had anywhere, which is partly true. I mean, yes, you and your friends can sit around and have a conversation about the nuances of gender ideology, and so on and so forth. But the people that are, the best way I could put it, these are individuals who have their finger on the political pulse half the time because, let's be honest, somehow, I don't know how some of these people just weasel their way into the higher ups of rims of social groups, but I for instance, I can't do that. Like, let's say, for instance, I had a large streamer pop in and be like, hey, I'm gonna, share your stream, get people to come check it out. I'm gonna be real with you. I would literally say no. And there's a reason why. Alright? You cannot give what has to be earned. Alright? This is prime example. You have these leftists who are trying to literally turn something, okay, that... Oops. Alright. I need to switch to my SMP. So you have these individuals who, push their ideology by literally straight up getting themselves into these various positions of, power. Either through knowing somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, or by, literally just spamming, basically, senpai notice me, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, until they finally get noticed. Now, some people can argue that I'm doing that with James Lindsay, but I literally just hate... I just literally just want James Lindsay to actually try and hold his own. Like, I don't think that if he actually debated me on what he claims the woke right is,
I saw the light there.
I don't think he'd be able to actually, like, hold his own. I honestly believe he would end up looking stupid because I would point out so many different flaws in his argument because of the fact that he's coming from the position of someone who is on the left, but on the left that doesn't understand the right. That's what makes it the worst. It's not just on the left. It's on the left and doesn't understand the right. So, I know I'm kind of deviating from the main topic of the story, but it really does matter. Because this is a prime example of, like, he really is a good example of people who think they're so knowledgeable on a subject, but really they don't know what they're on about. They really don't. And they're sitting there just like, well, la da 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 da, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be that, it can't be something else. You know, you're the one who's wrong, it can't be me type deal. And what the biggest problem that we're having in even academia, which is once again the point that the professor was making, that if you can't have these conversations in a university, you can't have them anywhere, is because of the fact that if you're having those who are going through the academic process and are supposed to be knowledgeable on subjects but cannot bring themselves to actually sit through even the simplest of lectures that they find disagreeable and have to walk out on, or have to protest, or have to this, or have to carry on, or whatever. Need I remind you of the Berkeley riots back in 2014, or the 15 and 16? Alright? Yeah, 15, 16. Need I remind you that that's a thing that actually happened because of the fact that we have too many individuals that don't know how to handle hearing a differing of opinion. Excuse me. Full grown-ass adults that should know better than to carry on the way they do, but instead, because of the fact that they can't handle any opinion that differs from their own, because Lord forbid they actually have to learn how to defend their beliefs. No, it's easier to just protest and not hear it and then, you know, give a straw man argument of what your opponent is saying. Notice, it's never the steel man argument that they give you of the rights. It's always the straw man. It's always the, I want to phrase this right. It's always the comic book cartoon villain. The, oh, well, I just hate these people. I hate those people. I hate this. It's always the, I hate not. Well, you know, I just happen to have a different belief in what we as Americans should be allowing in our society. No, it's always, oh, well, you're just hating because you're a bigot. You just don't want, you know, this, that, or the other. And prime example is whenever the gender ideology situation comes up, whenever that is the subject of discourse, if you say anything that goes against what they believe, they will carry on, they will do everything they can to shut that conversation down, while at the same time doing everything that they can to literally cause people to riot with, like, it's the whole, like, if you've seen what's been going on in the past 20 years in this country, it's pretty much gone like this. The right says thing. The left being unable to actually carry on a rational conversation, you know, with logic and facts, say that's not what they believe, they're just bigots. Like, literally. Instead of just admitting, well, maybe I'm wrong, they go, that's not what they really believe, they don't know what they're talking about. I've literally had a friend of mine, who's a leftist, argue with me on, like, literally what happened to Mars. And I'm sitting here going, bro, it's this, that, and the other. No, it's not Mars had a problem with their gravity. It's Mars lost its atmosphere because Mars is iron nickel core stuff. No, man, it's because their gravity messed up. No, it's because Mars is iron nickel core stuff. I then went to several different freaking sites, up to and including NASA, to show him that no, 6,533 kills, 29 confirmed, 8 denied, and 21 deaths. I'll take it. But trying to get him to understand, no, you're wrong. You don't know what you're doing. And this is how they are across the board. No matter how much proof, no matter how citable the source, they will tell you you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Only they do. And it's because if they stopped and self-reflected and actually went, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just am talking out my backside. Well, they would actually grow. But they can't. Because they're pseudo-intellectuals. Alright, so like me, I got a bunch of books on World War II, on frickin'... Oh, man, I got some on, like, even the Civil War, frickin'... Oh, dude, I got books on the KGB. Like, come on, bro. Like, I even have, Eisenhower's March... I think that's what it was. Let me look at my book, but I don't have my,
You got
glasses
4
on.
tickets.
It's dark in here.
So he's taking himself, his 2 boys, and then he
Oh,
invited
shit,
me.
no, that's, right at the pole on the third right.
So that's why in the
Oh,
house
there's
is
people
going in
talking.
the mirror
I need
house.
to, like, mute
I
them.
just found out.
Alright. But, yeah. Bro. Like, I frickin'... Oh, man. I also have frickin' Common Sense, Rights of Man, and other essential writings of Thomas Paine. Like... Bro, but that's my point. Like, I like to know what I'm talking about before I talk about it. I don't like to sit there and have some propagandized idea of what it is, not the actual truth of what it is. That's why I say it's so important to actually, you know, do your own research. Like, don't just, whatever I talk about, don't just listen to me. Actually go and research the story. Look at multiple freaking, go back. So look at multiple different sources. Try the best to learn from them. Like, all of it, the whole time. Excuse me. Because, once again, these individuals that left this lecture, that just walked out, are a prime example of, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know anything other than the talking points. So when they're actually challenged by somebody who does know what they're talking about, they just walk out and protest. And it's dumb. I mean, tell me you don't know what you're talking about without telling me you don't know what you're talking about. Get rich, phone. It's my fault. Like I said, and part of it, like I said, I know I should talk about the RFK bit that broke, where supposedly he's being blackmailed by Israel. Don't care. Don't care. From what I've gathered about the story, it's stupid. Like, straight up just stupid. It's literally like I said earlier. He's having like his wife lets him wander around, and supposedly people in Israel knew about it, and they were basically saying vote be pro-Israel or else. Like his wife had known, but no. Okay, first off, he's a Kennedy. He's a Kennedy. Because these guys are known for having wandering eyes. All right. I'm sorry, but I'm not surprised. Oh, well, he was sleeping around on his wife and had several, I guess, affairs and supposedly Israel blackmailing him. What? First off, let's not forget about Donald Trump. Let's be real. The man has been married several times. Alright, let's... And in that several times, I think he got caught cheating a couple times. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into frickin' divorces, but I know he was known for being a womanizer and a ladies' man. So, I'm just saying. Digestion. But when you got frickin' brain fart. Oh yeah, when you got the story that breaks about RFK. Sorry. And supposedly he's being blackmailed by the yarmulke people. By the dreaded yarmulke holder. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's the yarmulke! But no, I mean, come on, man. I mean, yeah, sometimes stuff like that happens, but at the same time, bro, I'm just gonna be real with you. I highly doubt it. Like, if they did know, it was were they at least cute? They were. Oh, word, bad, bro. Like, the Kennedys only, like, they've, for the most part, always been supportive of Israel. Kennedy was, like, JFK just wanted to get, like, if he had had his way, would there be an issue or worry of Israel being armed with nukes? No. If he had had his way, I don't think Israel would have gotten them. And I think, on the one hand, that situation is a double-sided, like a double-edged sword. There we go. Double-sided blade. Double-edged sword. On the one hand, yeah, you don't got an issue of, you know, Israel being what the ones that caused World War III to pop off. But on the other hand, everyone surrounding Israel that doesn't like Israel would be a lot more quick to come in there and try to, you know, do something. It is literally a Kobayashi Maru.
Loading fresh mag. Grenade! Get back!
Alright. Ooh. Ah! I'll check on news here in a minute. See what's popping on Twitter. All the twatters. See if there's anything. Like, but I'm just saying, dude, like, that's why this whole, like, RFK story is just dumb to me. I was like, could you find a story that I could actually care less about? Ooh. But God, but Josh, what if he's actually, you know, being what if he actually was being blackmailed? I mean, yeah, that sucks, but Are you gonna sit there and tell me that he's the only one? I'm sorry, but I firmly believe there's a lot of people that are being blackmailed by various entities, and I would not be surprised if we do it to other countries.
Grenade!
Alright? So let's not act like weird, you know, innocent here. Like we're not known for doing that exact same behavior.
Requesting
I'm just
recon
saying.
flyover.
But it's only okay when we do it. No, it's not. It's not okay when anyone does it. But it's not like I'm gonna sit here and be like, but we gotta do something, but we can't be having it. No. Shut up, you're dumb. I'm just saying. 33-25, 18 kills, 14 confirmed, 7 denied, and 34 deaths. Nice. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Collins is nice. Have me some of that Schnapple apple. My throat needs it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how Tim Pool does this for literally 5 hours a day. Within an hour, my throat is like, bro, you're talking too much. Like, come on, man. I mean, granted, I also tend to talk a lot at work. So I come home already has talked me down. I'm just saying. Ooh, let's stay high. To be fair, so, like I said, I'm just, I still need to double check, or not double check, but look on Twitter. I just don't want to. I want to get into my COD. Part of it, I'm like, on the one side, it's like, one coin, there we go, wherever puts one side of the coin, there we go. You know, I get to talk news and politics and have something to talk about on stream. Yes, I see you, buddy. But, on the other hand, it also really does cut into my COD time, man. Having to be freaking senior news guy. Alright.
Team deathmatch. Engage and destroy the enemy. All of them. We've lost the lead.
Rah! Huh. What's this about? I'll have to check into that here in a minute.
We have taken the lead.
Who's teaming
I
on?
mean, I missed every shot, so I'm fired.
Throwing
Friendly
flash.
UAV online.
Grenade, move!
Hi. Oh, good job. I'm not even mad. That dude put up a fight.
Oi, Wagner! Check your fire!
We've lost the lead.
Ooh, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Shit! There they are.
Nope.
I'm taking rounds. Changing mag.
We're getting. As soon as I was thinking it, I was like, that's what I started saying. We're getting. Ah, crap. So yeah, I'm just chilling this round. What do we got here? Oh wow. Cool. Kinda liking it. Not a bad
Shit!
price.
There they are.
Oh, the chin tech. Oh, itch. Yeah. controversy has emerged regarding ESPN's list of greatest women in MMA, which notably excludes Gina Carano. Many in the MMA community, including notable figures like Dana White and Chris Cyborg, argued that Carano's exclusion is significant oversight given her pivotal role in popularizing women's MMA. Critics suggest that her omission might reflect corporate politics, especially considering ESPN's ownership by Disney. Oh, I did not think about that, yeah. The debate has ignited discussions on the recognition of historical contributions in sports journalism and the potential influences of external corporate agendas on sports narratives. So, basically what they're saying is because Disney owns ESPN, when ESPN made this list... Alright, so I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't get to know Gina Carano from her MMA. I've never been an MMA watcher. I've never been an MMA guy. Maybe well, let me rephrase that. I don't like watching it. All right. I don't like watching it. I like doing it. If you were like, hey man, let's do some sparring, man. Nothing too crazy, keep it kind of, man, we're not trying to hurt each other too much because literally you look... I find it funny how many people think that when people spar, they're going all out and just... Bah, 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 bah. No, you don't learn anything doing that. The whole point of sparring is you put some lovin's in your punches, don't get me wrong, but you're not trying to kill, just overly just... hit whoever you're sparring with, the God Hand or whatever, you know what I mean? Ah! They go flying into next year. Nah. You want to put some love in your punches, don't get me wrong. You want to put some love in your punches. Alright? But, at the same time, like I said, you don't want to be overdoing it. But, yeah, so, go figure, just like I said, I prefer to do it. I prefer to be learning. Prefer to be doing it, don't enjoy to be watching. So, while I get the point that they're making, my first time I saw Gina Carano was freaking Red Alert 3. I don't remember the name of the game. Only thing that popped in my head is freaking Tim Curry. I'm going fine, then I will go to the last place not corrupted by capitalism. Space! Great. Oh, Tim Curry's always been one of those. The fact that he had a stroke and can't do his physical acting anymore has to stick to... I think he does voice acting every now and then still. Is a true tragedy. That man understood how to be hilarious. He did not take himself seriously. So apparently, for the role of the It Monster, he went literally, that is his hair. That is his red curly hair. And when you find that out, you can't help but be like, seriously? Woo! Don't ask me how I pulled that one off. That was... I mean, that was pure ha! I willed that shot! 20, 30, 15 kills, 1 assist, 14 deaths for a KD ratio of 1.07. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I was still wearing the Bluetooth. Even though I'm not using it for anything now. But yeah! So, I mean, I don't expect a lot of normies like myself to be able to actually catch that. She was slighted because, once again, we're normies. We probably didn't, like, I'm sure that there's a long list of guys that did not know how to phrase this right. Did not know Gina Carano was an MMA fighter until later on, when one of their friends go, "Oh yeah, you know she was a MMA fighter and this, that, and the other," and oh, okay, good to know. I'm just saying. I think I Googled her to find out who she was. Not even when Red Alert 3 first launched, but like 2-3 years later when I finally played it. Good game. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. It's silly fun. I don't. Command and Conquer is not meant to be a serious, like. The best way to put it, Command and Conquer works best when Command and Conquer is being silly. That's when the game really shines. I'm gonna leave on that. Oh. Oh, I'm going to check that out here in a minute. That you have my attention. Basically, Trump orders review of Smithsonian content for anti-American ideology. I'm glad I looked back at the screen when I did, so I can know what I'm playing. I had no freaking idea. Oh. Ah!
Taking effective fire! Dropped them!
Confirm that one.
Oh well. Me doing the blinking guy meme there is like, what?
Notch one.
Yeah. Huge. Hey, you have fun with that guy.
Enemy down!
I'm gonna go the opposite way. Everyone's going down. So all of them are going to keep being focused that way. Means...
Reloading!
Yep. Got the assist. Now everyone's coming this way. Turn around. I mean, hopefully just got lured. Like, I was bait, apparently. I didn't even realize it was gonna be bait, but apparently I was bait. You're welcome. Oh! Oh, man. That was... Woo! Dang it. Oh, dang it. Get wrecked. Call up some site on site. You know, I'm not a big... Oh, you douchebag. I've never been a big Thundercats fan, but I don't know why I always make that joke. Like, when I say I've never been the biggest Thundercats fan, I mean it. I mean, I caught it every now and then. I'm not saying I'm like, it's not a show I like. No, one that I was... Bro, okay, so Thundercats was kind of meh. I was still like, man, I was like 13, 12, 13. When Thundercats was coming on Cartoon Network and Toonami and whatnot. I don't know, I just never really got into it. Like, it's hard to explain. It just wasn't that bad, baby. All I gotta say is I wonder how many people are gonna actually catch that. Oh, man. Booyah. Think, break. Thank you. Let me reload. Yep. Oh, you're not dead. I thought you were dead. And then we're like, oh! Why aren't you dead?
Enemy down.
What?
Target down.
I got 2 people with that? I'll take it. I was just trying to get rid of their missile defense. Screw that thing. Oh, man. Eh. And...
Enemy down.
Ha! That's what I get. That round call for being so lame. As do. Maybe it. I will. Go. Dude, alright. Excuse me. Listen here, that thing! What are you, some edgelord teenager? Oh, man.
Changing max.
Eh. Whatever. I'm just... no you don't.
Check fire.
On your 6, throwing flash grenade.
And... First off... How did I miss? That's my question. Listen here, that sting. I'm about to make your death sting. Yeah, have fun with that.
Changing max.
I mean, to be fair, shotgun versus pistol. Depending on how you place that shot. Oh, babe. But yeah, definitely good games. Not even gonna argue that. Oh, stretch. 45, 25, 23 kills, 18 confirms, 4 denies, and 31 deaths. It be like that, yo. Ugh. Still gotta read the story real quick. Issue an executive order. So, President Donald Trump has issued an executive order titled Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History that targets what it describes as anti-American ideology within the Smithsonian Institute. This order specifically directs changes or removes from exhibits deemed divisive, particularly at the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Critics view this as an attempt to alter the narrative around American history by sanitizing depictions of racial issues, while supporters argue it's aimed at correcting ideological biases in the museum's content. Well,
One more.
I'm gonna sit there and argue on the side of. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I wouldn't be surprised if,
Oh shit.
he's like, it literally is the way it's being presented. Like, there are, ideologically, I guess you could say, exhibits that are designed to cast America in a fictional light to present a narrative. There we go. I think I was a good way to put it. Especially since, if I remember right, once again, this is DC we're talking about. Oh, man. The power of Snapple. Oh, man. Gotta lay off this stuff, though.
Kill confirmed. Eliminate all
At this point, I'm just accepting the fact that, like, everything I start to enjoy, I find out at some point is actually really bad for you. Yeah, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial dyes or anything, but what they don't tell you is they put a ton of sugar in it. I'm still kind of upset about that. Like, juice! Why didn't I think of this sooner? Oh, they put the Q Gordon Ramsay meme. There's more sugar in this juice than juice!
Loading fresh mag.
I'm just saying. You really don't necessarily feel like, juice. Things like, think about how sweet, say, pears are, for instance. Like, this is a pear apple juice that I'm drinking, Snapple apple. Pears aren't that sweet. Apples can be, depending on the type of apple they are. But, add that yet. You get it. So, meh. But, back to the point at hand.
Enemy UAV active.
Like, I want to phrase this right, because really, like, my opinion is simple, man. Do I agree with Trump doing this? Yes! Because you can't be, even if, you can say, oh, well, we're sanitizing it, or this, that, and the other. Look, a country, a society, does not last long when it hates itself. And when everything in there is no sense of pride in your national identity. Like, everyone's just, it's always just negative, negative, negative. You guys are the bad guys, this, that, and the other. It creates a problem where no one wants to be the bad guy. No one wants to be, the one that everyone hates and so on and so forth. Which is bad, because that creates a existential crisis in the identity of your country. Literally. when your people hate themselves
Shit! There they are.
because of the sins of the past that they had nothing to do with, your society will crumble.
There
Crumble!
they are.
What the hell? Crumble better than the finest crumble cake that you can ever get your hands on.
Shit! There they are.
I'm not even playing. That's why it's always good to have a strong national identity. Like,
One down. Loading
I
flashbang.
want to phrase this right. You gotta be careful because you don't want to go, full, literally, like I should say, Imperium of Man style? I'm just saying, because you know you don't. That's a bad way to go. But at the same time, you don't want to be like, well, you let everyone in and now you don't have a
Requesting
country.
recon flyover. Flash out.
I'm just saying, and that is a legitimate outcome that can happen. It's why it's so important to actually maintain a strong sense of cultural pride and unity, just general unity. Like, I'm American, cool, where let's be Americans together. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, not a dang thing. That's crazy. Apple pie baseball. Well, I mean, baseball kind of boring as is, but you get the point.
Swapping mags.
I've never been a baseball fan. Hate watching football too. Love playing it though. Football's fun. I don't care. I would die on that hill. Like, do not think you won't get my board. Like, if I heard, oh, we're gonna get together and play some football. You want to join? Yes. I may not be as spry as I was, 20 years ago, but I am still down to play some football. I will bust my ass 3 ways to Sunday, but man, I will have so much fucking fun. Sorry. I
Watch out. Thermite.
love me some football. Great game. Just hate playing it in like video games or whatnot, because I'd actually love to play it. I'm sorry, but there. I want to phrase this right. What's more toughening than getting tackled by a guy 3 times your size? Suck it up. We're playing a game, motherfucker. Can't cry about this. No. I'm just saying. Granted, unfortunately, I generally end up the QP because I'm the best aim half the time. I'm not like I may not be the best in this game, but that's just because I suck with the controller, even mouse and keyboard. I'm not the world's greatest with. But I am well, granted, I also I haven't consistently done anything like that in years. I remember one weekend, man, it was like 04. I'd say like July, August of 04. Frickin' one of the weekend parties that, like, literally when I say weekend parties, I mean, the party started on Friday and didn't end until Sunday when everyone finally went home. Well, we're out there shooting BB guns with, like, literally against, like, bottles from the party. And previous parties that they had just, yeah, look at that game-winning kill. It's always great when you see the guy roll up, reloading, 5280, 28 kills, 20 confirmed, 6 denies, 27 deaths. But we're out there. We're just, mind you, I'm one of the few men that are there that is not former military or active duty military. All right, the only one basically. Yeah, I think I was the only one. I actually think everyone else was former military. Like even a couple of the women were. But anyway, I digest. We're out there, and the house that we're at had a big backyard. We had a swimming pool. So we had the table with everything set up on the other side of the swimming pool by the back fence. You know, using the fence basically to make sure we don't destroy anything. I mean, granted, there was an alley. There was nothing that we were going to be damaging. We made sure of. But, we're out there just taking shots, and I looked at my homeboy. I was like, hey, watch the crown bottle. Keep an eye on the cap. He was like, all right. And I literally shot it perfectly to send the cap flying. And he was like straight up. He was like, damn, you can aim. I was like, yeah, I mean, I grew up in... If you grew up where I grew up in around military, this, that, and the other, and you don't know how to aim, I'm sorry for you. What are you doing with your life? You can't grow up down south and not know how to aim. Now, I'm rusty. I'll be the first to say I'm rusty. But I still got a good aim. I need to go out and shoot. Excuse me, again sometime. I'm gonna take out my frickin' Daisy 22 that I've had since I was a kid. Oh, man. Like, it's... I mean, to be fair, alright? It's not a super expensive gun to get. Like, you can find them still, because of the circumstances of it and how they were quickly discontinued. Basically, Daisy did not have the right to be, or the licensing to be making legitimate firearms. So, they only made those for literally a year, maybe 2.
I'm reloading.
on the way.
Like, my dad got me one for Christmas one year. I love that thing. Okay. I've only been able to have the opportunity to fire it a handful of times, so it's a shame. Daisy 22 rifle.
Throwing stun knife.
Where is it? Where is it? Because there's a wood and the wood variant and the plastic variant that I have. Like, still, hold on to that thing, dude. Like, that is definitely one of those, as you hear from a lot of the that is literally cold dead hands. That was given me by my dad. I am not. No. That is that rifle actually has sentimental value. Part of the reason why I want to still hope and dream, get married and have kids is I want to be able to hand that down to my son. Be like, this, your granddaddy gave me this when I was like 9-10 years old. Now this is yours. And hand it to him like 9-10 years old. Teach him how to shoot. Just saying. I'm just saying. Waka waka. I know. I'm a firm believer. All your kids should know how to shoot, should know how to hunt. I don't know how to, okay, I've never been out hunting. Never wanted to go out hunting. don't have the patience to go out hunting. Like, I mean, actually, in today's day and age, what excuse do you have? Take a phone out there with you, keep the silent, keep it on silent, just, you know, oh, let me sit here, wait for a deer listening to music, a movie, something. I'm just saying. I have no excuse. I just lack the patience. Same with fishing. Same with fishing. I haven't fished since I was a kid. I lack the patience for it. But then I go, we live in the age of smartphones. What excuse? Like, why would you be bored? I'm just saying. Go out there, like, put something on there to watch, and then go out there and fish. Listen to cartoons. I'm playing, dude. You think I wouldn't put cartoons on my phone and then go fishing? You got me bent. If I gotta do some fishing, I am at least listening to some DCAU. Alright, I'm at least listening to, like, either Batman, Batman Beyond, Justice League, something.
I saw the light there.
Got me bent when I listened to Mask of the Phantasm for the upkeep time. Love that movie.
Fading here.
Be lying if I didn't. Oh man. It's a shame, Bruce Timm. We found out it was Paul Dini that was literally the main one frickin' carrying that show. Oh man. If he had Paul Dini, I guarantee the Caped Crusader wouldn't have sucked. Because, let's be honest, Bruce Timm doesn't know the lore like Paul Dini did. Paul Dini would be like, Bruce Timm, we need more females. The Batman doesn't have enough female villains. What? Are you smoking them rocks? Did you just like pick up a coke habit, Bruce Timm? Something? Just saying. You just, to be fair, any man that keeps trying to make the Barbara Gordon Batman thing happen, I'm just like, you know what? Okay. I may actually somewhat think the smart move is to probably just admit, yeah, maybe we put too much faith in that guy. Didn't realize, yeah, he actually was kind of a hack. And he was being carried by people who were actually talented along the way. Say you want to do any type of writing of Batman, whether it's cartoon, movie, video game, and you don't want to sit through hours of reading comic books, just watch Batman the Animated Series. 3950, 18 kills, 24 confirmed, 7 denies, 19 deaths. I guarantee you, after you finish the last season of Batman the Animated Series, you'll move on to Superman the Animated Series, to Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond. You'll watch all of that, and then you'll start reading the comics anyway. I'm just saying. Don't worry. You may not start out reading the comics, but after you have watched all these cartoons, you'll be reading the comics. I need to get back to doing 60-second comic reviews. A whole bunch of comic books in my living room that I keep telling myself I'm going to read and do the 60-second comic review on it. I just haven't gotten around to it. Mainly because I like doing comic reviews, man. But I want to rewatch the ones I did and fine-tune the idea. Alright? That was part of the reason why I kept feeling like there's a formula here I need to hammer out to get consistency on my comic reviews. We're gonna go OG shit, man. Because I do want there to be a bit of consistency. Like, take my Build-A-Fig videos. There's a reason why I have those videos always go in the same format. This way, it's consistent. Up to and including the same song, because I don't feel like looking for any other, like, DRM-free song. Sorry, not sorry. You can mute it if you want to. I do not fault you for it. But if you're only having to hear that song once a week, I mean, which is kind of the idea. Like, if you... if only once a week you have to hear that song, it won't be as annoying as, oh, let me watch this every day of this dude build a figure and I hear the same freaking song.
Take your fight!
Oh.
Team deathmatch. All official victory game.
Come on. Have fun.
Fire!
I don't know what we're playing.
Deploy the Mosquito.
We got the TDM.
Ready to deploy. 1-1 requesting recon at this time.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online.
Reloading. Enemy's taking the lead.
Ooh! How dare you? I see you, bud, bro. You is my kin. And I will let you drive my Camaro when I get the goddamn drive shaft fixed. No, transmission fixed. Great episode of American Dad.
Watch your fire!
Bro,
Mosquito
I see you. I see you. Nope. Oh, man. What? I know it's a holiday episode, but dang it, it's one of my favorite episodes, okay? Basically, oh, I think it's like season 5 or 6. I think it's season 6. Last season of American Dad I watched. Like, watched. I think it's on frickin' Prime. I might watch it. Bro, my problem is I liked the... Well, the phrase is right. I liked the fact that Stan was this, like, right-wing nut job. That the CIA and this and that, I liked that. I thought it was a great... I don't want to phrase this right. I feel like we should have more characters that are openly right-wing, even if they are not exactly the best. Like, examples, and do crazy-ish, but still at the same time create a situation where being conservative and right-wing is not this, like, foreign idea. Like, characters in movies and TV shows should not be exclusively Democrat. Alright? And like, the few people who you do add in, like, have that's conservative, like, or because, let's be honest, Hollywood would never have more than, like, maybe one or two conservatives per... Ah! Yeah. But, one or two conservatives per, like, show or whatever. They need to be shown to be competent and empathetic, intelligent individuals. And I mean that. They have to be empathetic. You can't just have them come across as like the worst person you know. Oh, well, of course they're a right-winger. They're the worst person. Like, it becomes circular logic. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Oh, nice! I must have gotten a twofer on that one.
I'm hit.
But, I mean, let's be honest though, we're talking about one of the cultural shift that needs to be had within Hollywood that I highly doubt will happen. Mainly because of the fact that we're talking about people who are used to being the cool kids. Used to being the one that everyone wanted to emulate, wanted to be like. So now telling them that, no, people are actually starting to think all this, like, leftism and whatnot is really cringe, and they can't take that because they're the cool kids. They've always been the cool kids. Why would they not be the cool kids? Thus why you have the situation that you have now. And that's why you gotta have nice top of my team. 34, 95, 25 kills, 2 assists, 19 deaths for a KD ratio of 1.32. I will take it. But that's why you have the issues that you have, because, like, honestly, the media that people ingest have created this caricature of the right that's not the actual right. Goes back to what I was saying earlier when, talking about the leftists that left the lecture. Alright? Because they don't actually know what the argument was, or is, or anything about it other than talking points, they don't know how to actually steelman their ideas, and instead they throw out a straw man of what they think their opponents believe. And that's what you see in a lot of conservatives within your more mainstream-ish media. We're gonna go, man, Bitmins. Like, and until we actually have a real, like, entertainment realignment where you don't see just, like, everyone being of a specific thought process or ideology. Like, alright, so reason why you didn't see a lot of conflict within the next generation is because mankind, like, literally the whole point was most things could be fixed neurologically, and so, sorry, most times you just don't like somebody, just, like, yeah, you have differences of personality, but, like, take the episode, for instance, Geordie LaForge and Barkley. The reason why that worked wasn't that Barkley was a bad dude, and Geordie wasn't the bad guy in that either. Geordie was just having to deal with a guy that was a recluse that was addicted to the holodeck. Because it was more interesting, it was basically like video game addiction in modern day times, like what we currently have. Like, without realizing what they were touching on, Star Trek was cooking, but this is like, Next Generation, of course they were cooking. Like, and the thing is the problem, the reason why he was having problems with Barkley wasn't necessarily because Barkley was a bad guy, but because Barkley was having an addiction issue with the holodeck. And because he was addicted to the holodeck, is making him constantly late for his shifts, so on and so forth. And this is a ship, dude. Like, I got it. Yep, he was firing through there. Figured. I'm kind of like, how did he know that I was there? Sus as can be, but whatever. I'm not. They might have had a UAV up, and I just didn't realize it. But hold on, but the whole point is once Jordy learned of Barkley's addiction, he like literally pushed him. Well, the rest of the crew, once they found out how they were represented in the holodeck, pushed him to literally like get better. And he still like he was a character that you're seeing reoccurring in Star Trek all the way up through I think even frickin' like Voyager and possibly even on Enterprise when they did the Next Generation episodes. Or episode, maybe? I know Jonathan Frakes did an episode. For sure. Like, but point being, like, I had a brief note, my brain farted and I had an actual point that led back to what I was talking about, but my brain got into the game and got talking about Star Trek, and now I'm kind of like, where did the train go? Like, I'm doing the John Travolta meme where he's just standing there looking left, looking right, like, what? Like, either way, whatever. Oh yeah. I was talking about narrative, Republicans being needed, and how that they left them. Yeah. Okay. So that was nuanced, well done writing where they understood how to show that just because someone may have something going on or maybe different or have possibly even a differing opinion, which they did show as well, that didn't mean every time that they were a bad person. Like that, and that's the thing that I feel like we need more of in modern entertainment. I'm not saying every villain needs to be redeemed or have some like redeeming factor or something. No. I'm just saying, like, don't be afraid to let your villains be villains, okay? Sadistic for no reason other than they got hate in their heart. You know, you got hate in your heart. Let it out. All I gotta say is the Dave Chappelle fans who remember that show immediately finished that for me. You're welcome. Oh, man. Frickin' Dave Chappelle, man. Freaking Dave Chappelle. That man, I love that man. I love that man. There's always done something wild and sad. Oh man, Dave Chappelle's always been great. I don't care what anyone says. He's definitely the GOAT. He is the GOAT of comedy. 1975, 13 kills, 2 assists, 15 deaths for a KD ratio of 0.87. Lame. Oh, man. Like, yeah, the Chappelle Show did not solidify him as the GOAT. His stand-up that he's done since has. I'm just saying, I'm at work listening to news and freaking I'm hearing about the one chick who's working for in a blue state. I can't remember she was working for City Hall. Black lady basically said that she had a noose put on her desk, this, that, and the other. Well, let's just say it turned out that it was her who did it. Color me surprised. But the first thing that popped in my head was, yeah, you know, I was telling a coworker about it, and I said, it was like, yeah, it reminds me of that one French actor. What was his name? Juicy Smoulier. Straight stealing Dave Chappelle's joke. Because it was, I mean, come on, it was such a good joke for that situation. Man. But, and that's exactly why Dave Chappelle will be the guy. I still love that. Oh. What y'all didn't realize is that we were healthy by keeping our mouth shut. It's fucking Dave Chappelle, man. I don't care what anyone says. That man is genius when it comes to jokes. Oh, man. I'm sitting here trying not to keep laughing because, oh, man. Frickin'. So, I tend to reference a lot of times at work the haters ball. Because I'll walk up to people at work and be like, look at these 6 sad, morose mother truckers right here. I mean, and then start, you know, making jokes at their expense, like, about them, like, being a troll. And because, you know, most of them are either, you know, my age at least or younger, they catch the jokes. Like, because, you know, they've I mean, you can't, dude! You couldn't have been around in 2004. And, like, okay, so you'd walk into any restaurant after the bars let out, and you were hearing literally what? Yeah! But they weren't doing the Little John version. They were doing the Dave Chappelle version. All them like, I'm Dave! It's like making jokes. What was it? F your couch. Truck your couch! Truck your couch! Man. I miss when comedy was allowed to be ruthlessly offensive. When everybody could get it. Or even when things like Living Color, The Chappelle Show work, whatnot, until you know, at the same time, even Key and Peele. I still say Key and Peele, like, Dave Chappelle said in an interview that he saw Key and Peele doing his show and being able to do it with relative freedom. Well, I say yes and no. I stand by Key and Peele's, you know, Key and Peele was, while yes, funny, not gonna say it wasn't, it had a lot of really good jokes. Really good joke. Maybe I'm not being oppressed. Maybe I'm just an asshole. Oh man, like freaking another skit that they did that I thought was funny was the guys buy like a dude trying to buy drugs. And of course it's Key and Peele. Freaking. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like a. Oh, I can't remember which one's which. I think Jordan Peele is the one that did the, like, what was the name of that movie? Dang it! The horror movie. Get Out? I think is what it was. Yeah. Anyway, Belgian. And then, whatever, and then the other one. Either way. The whole skit, I like the fact that I'm trying to remember who, like, it was that sad. I can't remember who they are. I can remember the skit, alright? Literally, the dealer, like, guy comes up to buy drugs from the dealer. Dealer's like, he's using all this code, being slick, like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you doing all this shit? You ask for, can you buy, hey, can I get a little bit of something? Look, okay, just come to me. Can I buy drugs? Yes, hand the money, drugs, and on 3 we high five and say drugs. 1, 2, 3, drugs. All right, and the cops are watching them the whole time. Like, can you believe these jokers? And then they literally go and tackle an old lady who gave another one a pill. It was hilarious. I have season 1 and 2 on DVD, but I have the entirety of the Chappelle Show on DVD. Which one do you think I'm going to watch first? And I need to get the rest of Key and Peele. I just haven't gotten around to it. Like, let's be honest, Mind of Mencia was kind of a meh show anyway. So I don't really talk about that. I can't remember the name of John Leguizamo's show. Any other time I could remember it. I thought it was funny, but I think it fell under that because it was meant to replace In Living Color, but at the same time, because they did not want to have a repeat of what happened with In Living Color and how... What, buddy? No, you do not need to be playing with the tags from work. I should remember to throw them in a bucket at work. Yes. But, they didn't give him the full freedom to really let that show shine like it could have. But I digest. I'm just saying, like, if we could bring back Mad TV. Come on, Mad TV. We gotta give props to Mad TV. Mad TV gave us frickin' Will Sasso, frickin' Phil Lamar, frickin'... Like, I think those are the main two. Like, I think it gave us a couple others that I can't remember the other chick's name. She's actually kind of cute. Like, but I never really learned her name. Are you literally being a goofball? Yeah. But, I mean, I think I saw her in a few things, but that was about it. But, whatever. Either way, those shows were great comedy. And I'm thinking I'm going to watch something before going to bed. Like, I'm going to get, like, chill for a bit, watch something funny, and then go to bed. That sounds like a plan. But, with that, as always, my dudes, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble about comedy and shows and this, that, and the other. Like, incoherent rambling. Anyway, so please, like, subscribe, ring that bell, follow me on the Twitters at ThatBrainiac420. Follow me everywhere else at a nerd and over 40. And I will catch you fine.